Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with the Heat for the Streets, man. It's like a showtime. Look, man. I want to talk about a couple situations um involving this um some of these new allegations of sexual assault and domestic violence and all this other stuff that's going on, man. Um, in case y'all don't know, recently, um, Sean McCoy, um, Charlamagne the God, and Russell Simmons have all had past allegations from women come up and resurface. Um, in the case of Charlamagne the God and Russell Simmons, it was sexual assault. And in the case of LaShawn McCoy, it was domestic dispute or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Here's my thing. With Russell Simmons, you can say, okay, where there's smoke, there's fire. You know, because he didn't have multiple women come out and say, yeah, you know, Russell did this to me and did that. But this is the thing. And like Bill Cosby, I feel like because of the multitude of women that came out and said something against Russell Simmons, he gonna be the next one to catch a case. I'm talking about a real case, a legal case where he actually gonna, you know what I'm saying, go to trial and all that other type of shit, right? So let's get to LaShawn McCoy and Charlamagne. Let's get to Charlamagne first because he in the same similar type of situation. And then I'm gonna get to LaShawn McCoy and then I'm gonna wrap all this, the Me Too movement or the YouTube movement or the Me Flu movement as I like to call it. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna just talk about all that and the ramifications of all this shit and what it means and all that. So here we go. In the case of Charlamagne the God, aka Leonard, whatever the fuck you want to call him, you know what I'm saying? Like Monique wanted to call him, you know, Leonard or Leonard, Charlamagne the God, whatever. His different. His situation was he was I think like 17 something years old. He was like 17 like years old at the time that this happened, or I think the girl was like 17 something years old at the time when it happened. I read the story a little bit last night. I didn't get the full detail of it. I'm pretty sure they was both 17 years old when it happened. If anybody see this video, if anybody listen to this video, and they know the full story of what on the video, and just tell me, or anybody, any of my subs, anybody that come across this video, tell me what Charlamagne and the chick ages were, cause I know that they say she was 17 at the time, and I think they was both 17 at the time. But the story go that Charlamagne and the girl got drunk. You know, he gave her some, you know, liquor or whatever, and they, you know, had sex, I guess, or you know, she, you know, or, but it wasn't consensual according to her. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's I'm gonna say this. It's kinda it's kinda hard to it's kind of hard to gauge with the Charlemagne situation. Well, Russell Simmons situation is a little bit easy. I think they just going after him. Same way they tried to go after Morgan Freeman. Same way they went after Bill Cosby. The same way they saying still hunting OJ after 25 goddamn years. You know what I'm saying? Still hunting OJ after 25 goddamn years. And but Charlemagne's situation is a little bit different because they was like 17, and depending on what the laws were or are in South Carolina, because that's where he's from. He's from South Carolina. Depending on what the laws are or what at the time that this happened, he may or may have not been a legal adult at the time. I'm not just talking about. I'm not talking about drinking age. I'm talking about just legal adult to like give consent and do all that shit. So yeah, his situation is a little bit different to gauge. So yeah, man. It's kind of hard to really say what I want to say on this video about Charlemagne, because a lot of details ain't really came out yet, and when they do, you know what I'm saying? Transaction canceled. When the details come out, you know what I'm saying? I just hope people don't ridicule him and don't chastise him too much, because like I said, they was either both 17 or she was 17 at the time or something like that. So he may or may not be criminally responsible for that. And also the statute of limitations. This is what I hate about the motherfucking law and shit. Cause see, they'll make shit up as they go. I thought it was statute of limitations on shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I think it's like a statute of limitations for certain crimes. And it's gotta be reported and stuff like that. So he may or may not be responsible for this situation right here. Now I want to get to LaShawn McCoy and the domestic violence shit, and like I said, the whole Me Too movement and everything like that. LaShawn McCoy, I'm gonna just put it to you like this. I don't believe this LaShawn McCoy did what that girl said he did. And it's not because I'm a male and you know what I'm saying, I'm just trying to protect, you know what I'm saying, my gender and all that other shit. If dude is guilty. You know what I'm saying? He, deserve to be suspended or punished or whatever. But like I said, burden of proof, statute of limitations, all that type of shit, right? Why the fuck didn't none of this shit come out last year? Why didn't they, like, now all of a sudden you an ex and you wanna, I can see if that was like his girl now, but you an ex bitch, like, and then she claiming that, you know what I'm saying, dude set her up to get beaten and robbed and all that type of shit, and everybody piling up on him. You know, I didn't even see half the fucking backlash. When Rich the Kid, if Rich the Kid is a rapper, if y'all know anything about the Rich the Kid situation, I didn't see half of the fucking backlash that the girl that supposedly set Rich the Kid up got versus this girl saying LaShawn McCoy set her up. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's a gender thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, black NFL star beats up. You know what I'm saying? Beats up and set up. And it's the thing. She's talking about, he sent hitmen and motherfucking sent goons and shit to the place they was staying at, or her place that she was staying at the time to beat her ass. Like, bitch, if he wanted to beat your ass, like if he wanted to beat have your ass beat, why didn't he do it himself? I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't want to set himself up for a fall with a suspension, or, you know what I'm saying, a fine and all that shit. But 9 times out of 10, if it's, depending on how mad he is at you, he'll do it himself. So that's suspicious in and of itself. And then she's talking about, you know what I'm saying, oh, you know what I'm saying, multi deals came out talking about he fighting this shit. LaShawn McCoy is actively fighting this shit by all reports. In this case, I'm pretty sure Russell Simmons fighting his. I don't know if Charlamagne addressed his case. I think Russell Simmons addressed one of the allegations, but I'm not sure about the others. I'm not sure if, like I said, I'm not sure if Charlamagne fighting his case. Excuse me. He might be fighting it behind closed doors and just, you know what I'm saying, keeping it hush hush, because he is a radio personality. In the Breakfast Club, a lot of their interviews are taped. So, and they do have a TV deal with, I think, Revolt TV, or they used to, or whatever. So he is in the public eye. Not to mention all the other appearances he does for MTV and all that other type of shit. So that's that thing. But Charlamagne or LaShawn McCoy is actively fighting this shit. And I'm gonna say this shit about the Me Too movement, or the Me Flu movement, as I like to call it. They have really put the power into these women's hands to report anything at any fucking time, no matter what the circumstance. Whether you with a motherfucker, whether you have casual contact with him, whether you was in a relationship, whether you was married, whether you was divorced, whatever. They really putting the pressure, they really putting the ammunition in these women's hands to fight these niggas with every possible weapon that they can. And it's really starting to put the burden of proof and reasonable doubt out of the window. It's basically like if you report something that a nigga did to you, then he's guilty.